Most people think respect is lost when you say yes too often. That if you were less available, people would value you more. But that's not the real problem. You can say no more. You can reply slower. You can set boundaries and still feel invisible. Because what actually makes people lose interest in you is not availability. It's predictability. When people know exactly how you'll respond, exactly when you'll show up, exactly how much effort you'll give, your presence stops carrying weight. And today, we're going to talk about why that happens and how to quietly change it without playing games, acting cold, or becoming someone you're not. Stay until the end, because the last part is where most men finally understand why nothing they tried before worked. Stop being available became popular because it sounds simple. But simplicity doesn't mean truth. Availability alone doesn't destroy respect. Firefighters are available. Surgeons are available. Leaders are available. Yet they're respected. So what's the difference? They are available with structure. Most people aren't too available. They are unstructured. They respond emotionally. They show up inconsistently. They give without deciding. And that creates something worse than availability. It creates predictability without authority. Human attention works on contrast. When everything is always accessible, nothing feels meaningful. But here's the part nobody says. It's not about being rare. It's about being selective. When someone senses that your actions are chosen, not automatic, your presence gains gravity. But when your behavior feels reflexive, people stop leaning in. Not consciously, instinctively. Many men were raised to believe. Be reliable, be helpful, be consistent, be a good guy. So they become emotionally predictable, always agreeable, always understanding, always reachable. And over time, people don't feel safety. They feel flatness. Not because you lack value, but because your value never changes shape. Here's where it gets subtle. When you sense people pulling away, you don't pull back. You try harder. You explain more. You show more effort. You become even clearer. But clarity without mystery doesn't create connection. It creates consumption. People take what you offer without slowing down. And slowly, you start feeling unseen. Respect is not built by effort alone. It's built by decision density. When people feel, he chooses when to engage. Not, he reacts whenever something happens. That's the difference. Most advice tells you to withdraw. That creates distance, not depth. The real move is intentional engagement. It means you pause before responding, not to manipulate, but to decide. You don't fill silence. You don't rush clarity. You don't volunteer explanations, not because you're cold, but because your mind isn't open 24/7. And that subtle shift changes how people experience you. Some men try to fix this by becoming distant. That backfires. Why? Because emotional withdrawal without internal structure feels artificial. People sense it. Respect isn't built by disappearance. It's built by self-contained presence. The real change is not behavioral. It's internal. When you stop measuring your value by how needed you are, you stop leaking energy. And people feel that, not logically, energetically. When you stop being predictable, people may test you. They'll ask more, push more, expect the old version. This is not rejection, it's recalibration. If you hold steady, respect reorganizes itself. This is not about playing hard to get, acting mysterious, becoming detached. Those are masks. This is about containment. When your attention has edges, people slow down around you. The next time you feel the urge to reply instantly, Explain yourself. Prove reliability. Pause. Ask, am I choosing this or reacting? That single question changes everything, because over time, people associate you with intentional presence. Not availability, not distance, but weight. You won't feel louder, you'll feel calmer. And paradoxically, people will listen more. The goal was never to be less available, it was to be less automatic. And when that happens, your presence stops being consumed and starts being felt. If this made you see something differently, don't rush past it. This channel is about building inner structure in a world that pulls you in every direction. If you want more of that, you can subscribe. And if something in this resonated, even slightly, leave a comment with one word. Noticed.